No.
Dang,
No.
Time's run out.
Oh no. They're not gonna make it now for sure.
Badger, no!
They're locking onto us. I can't shake them. Systems are
If
failing.
only Tech was there, dude.
I
They'd
want
be
that
going.
ship neutralized.
Stop! Don't shoot them down.
What?
The clone sample supported a positive M count transfer with no degradation from the specimen.
CT-9904 was ruled out long ago.
Not him. It's Omega.
Look at the iPad.
Call them off.
Sir, they're escaping.
Stand down. We need her alive.
Thank goodness.
So maybe they did make it out like that? So aggressive.
They've jumped.
Wow. That was intense.
A minor setback. I have the full resources of the Empire at my disposal. We will find her.
It's kind of cold.
Yeah.
Boom, you looking for this?
Welcome back to BoomShot. I'm Kel. This is Colby,
Yes,
and
sir.
we're a little bit late, but Star Wars: The Bad Batch Season 3, the last season, is out. And they just had a 3-episode premiere yesterday. Whenever you're watching this, it'll probably be like 2 days ago. I don't know, whatever. But we just watched all 3 episodes, and we're gonna go ahead and review them starting now. Dude, I feel like that was just what the doctor ordered.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nala say had that ordered in, and it hit different.
Oh yeah, for sure. Dude, what'd you think?
I thought it was great, man. I watched all 3 eps pretty much back to back, and it was just so refreshing, dude.
Yeah.
It took me back to like Clone Wars or like the highs of Bad Batch, because the highs of Bad Batch are really really good.
Oh, for sure.
And I feel like this whole season's gonna be
Yeah,
Up
it's
in
gonna
the
be peak.
clouds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be peak. I agree with that. So I got to watch the first episode, and then I got like halfway through the second one, and kind of got like I had to stop watching because I had to like do stuff. But then I watched the remaining, and I was like, dude, that's one of the most concise arcs I've seen, and that's even
Yeah.
referencing Clone Wars. So
Yeah.
it was. I mean, I guess like the middle episode kind of wasn't a part of it, but it was. But like the first and the third episodes especially were just beautiful.
Yeah, and to your point, I like how they did the whole first episode pretty much completely on Omega, and that episode felt so grim, dude.
It did.
And honestly, that might have been my favorite of the 3 so far. It just like the music felt very end of season 7 Clone Wars, just like so bleak. And our friend Eric Voss pointed out when she gets her blood taken, like week 3 or whatever, she like winces, and then by month 5 or whatever it was, she doesn't even feel it anymore. She's been there so long, and like it's just such a hopeless situation, dude. But she still holds on to hope, and that Omega's really grown on me a lot. I never disliked her, but she's grown on me a lot.
Yeah, I think like that's such a good point. Like comparing it back to season 7 of Clone Wars, it reminds me of the episode right before the last one, where like they've just won the Siege of Mandalore, and they're like transported. Yeah, but like it's I don't think they said but like 3 words that entire opening like 10 minutes, dude. Until they get on the bridge and Ahsoka and Rex have that conversation, it was like really just silent and eerie.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm getting chills thinking about it now, but like. It reminded me of that, but and it's like you have to think like Omega's just a kid, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Like she's seen a lot for sure, but she's just a kid. So, her being in prison for like 3 weeks to 5 months, however long it was, like I think Eric Voss counted it was like 5 months, right, or something like that. But being in prison that long, like you got to think her spirit's easier to break than most people's because of how young she is, you know?
Yeah.
But also, like you said, she does have that glimmer of hope, too. So there's, like, 2 sides to that.
Yeah. And, dude, I'm telling you, it just hit different. And also, we get to see kind of a contrast with Crosshair. And he's like, don't save me. Like, I deserve to be here, whatever I think he said at one point. And I think Crosshair is probably the character that's grown on me the most.
Yeah.
Like last season, dude.
After the first season, I wanted to throw him off a freaking Camino, dude. I couldn't stand him.
Yeah, he was like, I don't have the chip.
Yeah.
And I'm still thinking about, come on, bro.
Yeah. He literally was like the definition of like a griefer, dude. He was just trying to be different.
Yeah. But in season 2, I was like, give me a Crosshair episode, dude.
Yeah.
All the Crosshair episodes were just goaded.
Oh, yeah,
his
for sure.
episodes never missed. And I feel like the 2 he was in this time were great too. So
yeah, and they've already cameoed Rex and Echo again, so we'll see them at some point as well. Eventually, the whole Bad Batch minus Tech.
Yeah, minus Tech, and you know, hashtag Tech lives. I was on that train, but
I'm sorry, I don't know if
I might have to add I don't know in front of that. I don't know if Tech lives, dude. But
yeah, I don't think he does. So I think that was a pretty long fall.
Yeah.
That was a pretty long fall.
Maybe Batcher, before he got captured, was somehow there and saved him, and maybe, then he teleported.
Or maybe the Bigfoot creature, whatever. Maybe he saved him or something. I don't know. But
yeah, Hunter had his goggles on the dashboard, and yeah, it looks bleak.
Yeah, it definitely looks bleak.
It was weird seeing, not to interrupt you, it was weird seeing just Hunter and Wrecker.
Yeah.
When they turned that guy from the Pike Syndicate in, it was weird seeing just the two of them. Like, where's the gang, dude?
I know. Yeah, they had 5. Well, they had 6 really for the longest time. Well, I guess it's only ever really been 5 because Crosshair was kind of he was with them the first episode and then he like defected. But like they've had the rest of them plus Omega for like it was like 2.5 seasons or a season and a half maybe, or no, it was actually, I guess there was 2 full seasons. And now, yeah, I was the same way. They walked in and I was like, I feel like something's gone.
Yeah, dude, I felt like I watched that and I was like, dude, something's missing.
Yeah,
here.
Like you've got one lung, dude. You need another one. It just didn't feel right, you know. But I think that's kind of the point, though. Is like you feel the incompleteness.
It's fractured, man.
Yeah, and that episode wasn't near as like heavy as the first. Like the first episode. Yeah, I'm with you on the first episode, dude. That was a work of art.
It was, dude.
I keep on thinking about how sad, like how just depressing it was. Like but like that's the whole point. Is it's like breaking her spirit. She wasn't actually in prison, but she's like in prison, like waking up doing the same things over and over again. Going through the same routine, and like it gets to the point where she crosses, like when she crosses Crosshair, she passes Crosshair in the
they don't even
look at each other anymore, and that's just so crazy to think about. Like her hair is actually like she's got like a longer hair now because she's been there so long. Oh man, that was crazy.
And it was just such a smooth episode how they transitioned over time by her marking her wall. Mm-hmm. Like, God, it's just so bleak.
Yeah, dude. It was like a blip level time jump if I've ever seen it, dude. They kill Thanos and then like 5 years, it's just like 5 years later and everything's dead. So that's kind of what it felt like. And she's like marks the wall, goes to sleep, and then wakes back up, and she's got long hair now and everything. But that and then the third episode were probably my favorite, dude. Seeing the Emperor, dude.
Ooh, dude, his entrance was sick, man.
Yes.
And Ian McDermott was back for the voice, and man, I mean, that you couldn't get any better than that.
Yeah, and can we talk about Hemlock, dude? What a villain!
What a good villain, dude. You know he's good when I can't stand the guy.
I know.
Not because he's a bad villain, but because he's a bad villain.
Yeah,
like, he's evil villain.
Yeah, the semantics right there. But no, it reminds me of like John Walker in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I couldn't stand that dude, but like he was so good at what he did. I was like, it made me hate him. Like, so I think that's a mark of a good villain. But you were saying this, like they needed somebody like that in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I feel like you said with Hux by the end, and I see why they went the route of him being like a spy or whatever. But he didn't end up being as cutthroat as we thought he was at the end of The Force Awakens. They're like, this guy's the real deal. He'll kill his own people. He'll do whatever it takes. Which, you know, I understand why they went that route at the end, but I think Hemlock just being that guy that you can just hate, he's a horrible person. It's like, yes.
Literally terrible. The only redeeming quality he has is that he let him escape, and that's just so he can kill them later. Like, that's his only redeeming quality. But, yeah, no, I'm right there with you. And, like, then you got Emery, who's kind of like, who's not, like, quite the foil, but, like, she's working with him, but you can tell she's not fully sold out in a sense. So she's basically like a puppet. She's like the useful idiot to Hemlock. And
and I feel bad for her too because like they kind of like just like have forced her from who knows how long to be. This is all she knows basically.
Yeah,
and it's kind of sad because like we see Omega was taken out earlier and how her life was on a different trajectory, and hers could have been the same way too.
Yeah, and which I hope, like I was hoping that she would go with him, but I was actually hoping she would get killed, but because I knew she was about to ruin everything. But I was like, I mean, if you want to go with him, you can. But she didn't want to do that, I guess. But the first and the third episodes they were really good. Like definitely Clone Wars-esque. It still feels different, but obviously it's a different type of show. It's not as like I don't know what it is, but like I was just watching Clone Wars episodes and I was like just recently, and I was like, I don't know how they packed so much good stuff into 22 minutes. Yeah, but like whereas this one was telling more of like a full story. Like even watching the Battle of Umbara, like the Umbara arc, like it told a big story, but this one just feels like it's following a straight. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels different, which it's fine. I like it. So
and even episode 2, like I feel like what would have been in the past like a side mission or side plot, it felt more in line with the story and didn't feel to me it didn't feel like a side plot at all.
Yeah,
and even like Wrecker, he's usually joking around and stuff. We see him in a more serious tone. So I feel like everybody has the weight of the situation like on their hearts.
Yeah, and it was cool to see like thinking about episode 2, those abandoned clone cadets. Like, so it was almost kind of like Hunter and Wrecker got to help a different version of Omega.
That's true. That was cool. And they were playing with their toy and stuff. And
so like they got to help younger brothers, but basically like since they've lost their younger sister, but they're still helping people. And it just, I think this is going to be a fantastic... How many episodes are there?
Was it 15?
Really?
I can't remember. 15? I was trying to... It might not be.
I don't know
12?
why. I don't know why I'm tripping. Maybe I thought it was 12, but maybe
probably
it is
12.
15.
It's probably 12.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think past seasons were 12.
Yeah,
but,
it's probably 12.
Either way, like I'm definitely pumped for this season. It's gonna be really good. I think it'll be up there with Clone Wars, like peak Clone Wars.
Yeah,
and peak Star Wars in general, probably.
Yeah, I mean we got Ventress coming back, and Echo and Rex are gonna reunite, and I don't feel like they're gonna send Rex back out again. I mean, I feel like he's gonna be like, all right, I'm here to help at this point, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, and I hope maybe we get to see a little bit of Cody too.
Yeah, Cody. We never really saw what happened with him, did we?
No, the last time we saw him was on Coruscant. Whenever he's looking at the all the names of the fallen soldiers, and that was the last thing we pretty much saw of him. And I mean, in Crosshair too. That was a cold scene though.
I'm telling you, everything Crosshair was in last season was just gritty.
Yeah, it was. There were some absolute bangers last year. I hope we see Cody again. Maybe. Do you think maybe we see a Vader cameo?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many cameos. Like there's so many people that play it during this time in the galaxy. I feel like just anybody could show up.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of weird. I was thinking about this. Like usually. Whenever I saw the Emperor get out of a shuttle, I was thinking in my mind, I was like, I wonder what Vader's doing. Like, right? Obviously, he's hunting down the rest of the Jedi, but like, because this is still so close to after the Purge, but still, like, he's hunting down Jedi right now. Maybe probably like on Kashyyyk, killing Wookiees or something like that, because that's what they did. Yeah. And I'm thinking like, because it used to be the other way around, like where we'd see Vader and be like, wonder what the Emperor's up to right now.
Yeah.
Like, so
it's fascinating.
It's cool because you're getting to see different perspectives. Like now, we know what the Emperor was up to this whole time. He was closely watching this project. 'Cause it's not like he did any ruling. Like he's just sitting at the top, like chilling. But I think it's cool that we're also getting to see like how Snoke was made and things like that.
Yeah.
So and that's a big. It's crazy that we've gone this long without talking about it. But you're like, leave it to Dave Filoni to bridge the gap.
Yeah, I feel like it's such a delicate topic because there's such a divide amongst like the fan base. But I feel like this is just like low key doing it. To where it just feels seamless. It doesn't feel so
stark. Like I feel like whenever you think about it in like context of episode 8, and you figure out like, or I guess really episode 9, whenever you figure out that Snoke was cloned, it feels like you're just traveling along this like up like hill. Then you're like, okay, I can kind of see where they're going with this, and then it goes like that, like
a cliff right
there.
Yeah,
and you're like, how do we get from here to here? Like, you're telling me somehow traverse that. That's kind of what it feels like. But then you got Dave Filoni, he's like pumping sand, trying to make it, or like blazing a way through. That's got to be the best thing that's going to come from this, which is probably the whole reason they made it. But
and I'll get behind it too because like like the sequels weren't my favorite.
Yeah.
But if Filoni can bridge the gap, I mean, I'll appreciate them more. I mean, their Clone Wars made me appreciate the prequels more.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Like somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
But they're trying to backfill everything to where it's like he was thinking ahead. I need to clone myself because eventually, like Vader might become stronger than me. Or something like that,
yeah.
And maybe we'll see him say that, or hint at it. Like I gotta have a backup plan because this Vader dude, he's getting strong, bro.
I'm thinking about it. It's like we're reliving history almost in a sense.
Yeah.
Like everybody hates this is the sequel redemption arc. Because if you were like a sequel fan or a prequel fan, like we grew up, like I was born in 2003, so like I guess Revenge of the Sith came out like when I was 2 years old, maybe. So we didn't really like watch those in theater, but we grew up on those. If that makes any sense.
Video games.
So
everything.
we never had nothing but love for them.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. But like whereas older Star Wars fans, like people like fans of the original trilogy, they hated the prequels, and then they watched Clone Wars, and they're like, okay, this is better. But now we grew up loving the prequels, not liking the sequels, and then we're like, oh, the Bad Batch made it better.
Mando,
it's just a cycle.
And Ahsoka and stuff.
But it will make. I think it'll make a lot more sense. And you made a great point that like to them it seems like somehow Palpatine returned, but like when you go back and watch that, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, so like Palpatine knew this was gonna happen the whole time.
Yeah, like in the release, if you watch it in the release order, I feel like you said, it's more stark. Like, okay, Palpatine's back. We didn't even know about this whole cloning operation. And then, like, when you watch it back, okay, we have Mando and Grogu. There's still more to learn about them and cloning. And then this, it's like, okay, Palpatine was thinking about this the whole time.
Yeah.
Vader didn't even know about this. It was for Palpatine so he could clone himself. So I think it makes a lot of sense, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely here for that, too. And we got, like... I think this will be good. I still think the sequels. I still think Episode 9 is pretty sloppy overall. Like even if they do change it, like not retcon it, but like retcon the story a little bit to where it makes more sense. I still feel like Episode 9 is kind of sloppy, but I think it'll definitely redeem a lot of qualities for Episode 7, 8, and 9 as a whole. I guess if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes... Like, because I still think Episode 9 is not just... I just think it's not a good movie. But I could see where Episode 8 and Episode 7 become a lot more, like, valuable.
Yeah, I think Episode 8 definitely has the most room to grow here.
Yeah.
Because of the whole Snoke getting killed off. Because we were, like, so excited about Snoke.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think Episode 9 tried to, make sense of the things that happened before, and it tried to do it in 2 hours. Yeah. Whereas this is trying to do it in 3 seasons. Mando, 3 seasons.
It does remind me a lot of the prequels. When you really think about it, it makes a lot of sense. People saw the Phantom Menace, they're like, dude, this is gonna be sick. People saw Attack of the Clones, they're like, this is horrible. What is going on?
Bro.
Yeah, it's the same way when people saw The Force Awakens, they're like, dude, this is sick. And then they saw The Last Jedi, they're like, dude, what's going on, man? But then Revenge of the Sith I still think it's the best Star Wars movie of all time. But then people watched Episode 9 and they're like, this is horrible. But I think there's a lot of room to improve, and I'm open to changing my opinion on it. You know,
I am too, big time. I mean, who am I to say like that they can't make it make a lot more sense? And then I'll be like, okay, watching these movies, I'm cool with that now. I know the backstory.
Yeah, so this could be one of the greatest redemption arcs of our lifetime, dude. Of a movie. I've never seen something more divisive, but maybe they bring Star Wars fans back together. Maybe they do it.
Yeah, and dude, I'm hyped, man.
Leave it to Dave Filoni to bridge the gap.
I'm telling you, dude. Give Dave the reins, which I guess and Favreau. I mean, they're doing a good job. I'm happy as a Star Wars.
That just reminded me. My favorite line in the whole thing is like, in this whole episode is Crosshair and Omega escape, and Omega trips, or they get to the shuttle, and like she gets to the comms, and she's like, it's not working. I'm sorry, and he's like, Crosshair looks at her, he's like, you brought us this far. And then I thought he was literally about to say, "Let me cook." He's like, "Now let me cook." Like I thought he was about to say that, but
that's basically what he said.
It's basically he's like,
that was awesome.
"I'll get a step," or he's like, "I'll do the rest," or something like
he's
that.
He's like, "Yeah, the fight's not over," or something.
Yeah,
that was epic.
I thought he was about to say, "Let me cook." That was a perfect moment. You need to go back and change that, or somebody needs to make an edit. I'll make an edit if I have to.
Yeah, just voiceover like Madam Web. Let me cook.
Yeah, but anyway, let us know what you guys think. This was kind of a shotgun blast, but I feel like we covered a lot. So let us know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.